That's right. We have Chef Johnny Hernandez. You know him. He's amazing, and he's cooking up a recipe. We have Mara Romeo Kahlo with us, and you are the niece, correct?
Yes.
Of Frida Kahlo.
The
grandniece. Thank you for coming today.
My grandmother, Christina, was her sister.
Got it. Okay. So excited to have family here. And Johnny, they asked you to make a recipe, correct? That's important to the family.
This is a family recipe, but I think that we obviously our restaurant is very authentic, very Mexicano, and it was a great compliment to hosting the family and all the festivities here in San Antonio.
Yes, we're very excited about the exhibit. Now he's going to make this beautiful salad, but you have a story that goes along with how this was inspired for your family's cookbook, right?
Yes. Yes, and this begins with my grandmother Christina and my aunt Frida that had a very close friend in Zihuatanejo, this is Guerrero, called Dario, and he had a big land in the mountains full of avocado trees, and when he invited them to have parties, bohemiadas. I don't know if you know what is a bohemiada. This is like a party where you drink a lot and
lots
you
of
eat
drinks.
a lot,
Okay.
and you sing Mexican songs. And when they went there, the meals were like this avocados, because there were many avocados, and
beautiful.
You could have just like this one, and also quesadillas with different cheeses, with mushrooms, and with the classic guacamole, Mexican guacamole. And Frida loved that place because of all this, and because of the view. Because if you turn to the left, you could see the Ocean Pacific, and to the right you can the Sierra Madre Occidental, the mountains, and it was great. And that's the story, because they love the avocados.
So this is one of the family recipes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they're compiling recipes. So this was something that we're going to put together here quickly. So it's basically aguacate relleno, right? So a stuffed avocado, and obviously Zihuatanejo is on the coast, so there was plenty of shrimp, and they had avocados growing throughout the property. So that's really where the inspiration for this dish is. The fresh shrimp, and then it's basically an avocado is such an important part and ingredient of Mexican cuisine. We're going to add a little bit of apio, right, or celery. There's a little bit of, let's say, chives or cebollas de cambray, right? So a little bit of, there's also maybe even a little bit of heat. We're going to use bell peppers today. Yes, but you could put jalapenos if you want a little more heat. But a lot of the that area, if you've not been to Zihuatanejo, there's a lot of it's very lush. There's a lot of beautiful produce. There's a lot of fresh seafood in that area, and aguacates rellenos or stuffed avocados are a very, I think, iconic dish of Mexico. Avocados are very proud of our aguacates. And then having them filled with different fillings is also something very traditional. But this is a great summer recipe right now. Is a little salt and pepper. It has a little bit of fresh capers, or I should say pickled capers. That'll be in this recipe, so it's very tart. There's also some a little bit of olives, right? So a little bit of fresh olives. And this reminds me a little bit of like a remoulade, right? If you've had like a remoulade dressing, to us in San Antonio or Texas, sometimes I'll say it's like think of it as a fancy tartar sauce.
There you go. That's an easy way to simplify it. Now, what is this?
This is just a little bit of mayonnaise.
Okay.
So think of it as a fancy tartar sauce.
Yes.
A little bit of fresh lime, obviously fresh shrimp, which is plentiful on that coast in Zihuatanejo. If you've not been to Zihuatanejo, I can certainly appreciate why the family loved going to Zihuatanejo. It's definitely one of my favorite Mexican coastal beaches. Ropa?
It's lovely.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It sounds like it with the mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But Frida's been...
I know. Plan my trip after this.
I'm excited to learn more about some of the family recipes.
Yes.
Obviously, Frida is, she's such an icon, right?
Yes.
And she represents strength, she represents art, and then obviously food. So she's definitely a big. She's someone who is very recognized here, especially in San Antonio with our Hispanic community.
In San Antonio are a lot of fans. No?
Yes, we love Frida.
I love the fans.
Right.
I love my aunt.
It's beautiful.
I invite you to to come to this restaurant.
Yes.
To La Gloria.
Yes.
To taste those avocados.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yes, we're.
Perfect.
And the drink.
Yes, and the Frida Kahlo Margarita will be here through the weekend. And don't forget, we have the beautiful exhibit at the San Antonio Botanical Gardens, which you'll get a sneak peek. Not yet, because we got food, we got margaritas, and we're gonna finish off topping. It looks beautiful. I love the avocados. But when we come back in the second half of SA Live, you're gonna get a sneak peek at the exhibit, because it's not just the food and the art, it's also all the plants that she loved, right?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the botanical gardens too.
Back to you guys. Oh my goodness, let me grab my margarita here.
Yes, please. Salud. That looks so delicious.
Oh, that does. I can't wait to see
Salud.
more on that exhibit as well out
Yes.
there. So, and don't forget the Frida Kahlo Oasis exhibition, San Antonio Botanical Garden.